Hi, my name is Chris Peterson. I am the founder and CEO of Vector Firm, and we're excited to be partnering with SIA, producing this video on the topic of how to ask qualification questions. Vector Firm is a sales and marketing consulting and training business, and we specialize on the security industry. So we only focus on security companies. And asking qualification questions is critical today because there are so many projects out there and so many moving targets that we have to understand what the projects are, who the customers are, what the personalities and budgets are to make sure that we can put our best foot forward, and also we can step out when necessary and not even compete because it may not be a good fit. So what I'm going to do is share with you 5 types of questions that you should ask on every discovery call. And I'm going to talk to you about best practices for each one. And then I'm going to present them in an order. And that order is very important. This specific order is critical to asking these qualification questions. Okay, question number 1. You should ask about the project. And what I mean by that is the application. What is it they've asked you to come in and talk about? This particular questioning, this first question of the 5, this could take up 75, 85% of the time of your discovery meeting, really, because this is really the meat of it. You want to understand what the project is. You want to understand if you can help them. More importantly, you want to keep asking questions so they understand the magnitude of their project and what the problems are that they may not even be thinking of. Use this particular qualification question to really present your expertise, not just on what you do, but also on their industry and their company. The best practice that I love using on this is keep asking why until it's uncomfortable. So if they say, yeah, we need 21 cameras along our perimeter on the fence line, don't just say, okay, what kind of cameras? Why? Well, we have a lot of expensive assets and we want to make sure that they're protected. Okay, but why do you think cameras are the answer? And why is that important? Don't you have insurance on those assets? Keep asking, keep asking, keep asking. And what you're going to do is you're going to guide them through an exercise that's going to have them think 2 or 3 times about what they had already assumed. And it's going to present you as a real subject matter expert. Question number 2 should be about the decision-making process. You need to understand what you're about to enter. And it's not just when. So when will you be making a decision? No, that's not it. Start out by asking the steps in the process. So what are the steps in your decision-making process? The different stages. It's very important that you understand these different steps for later on in the sales process. Then once you understand what they are and you started a dialogue, you've gotten them loosened up and they're talking about the decision-making process, a lot of times they'll start to give you some nuggets about the people on the committee, and the politics that's involved. Then you can ask them, well, just curious, how long do you think it'll be when do you guys want to make a decision? Question number 3 is about budget. And this is hard. This is sensitive. And because it's so sensitive, it's not just sensitive to you, it's uncomfortable to customers nowadays. People just don't want to get involved in questioning or any conversation that might be uncomfortable. So we've got to make it comfortable for them. How do we do that? Instead of boldly asking, so do you have a budget? Or what is your budget? Ask them when. So when will you be setting a budget for this project? Odds are that they've already done that. And that's okay. You're starting the conversation with this question. You don't really care. Well, you do care when. What you want to understand is what is the budget? So by asking when, it's a real easy entry question to the topic. Oh, well, we set our budget about 3 or 4 months. We already got the budget in place. Now it makes it a little bit easier. Well, do you mind sharing with me just a ballpark figure of what we had to work with? If they say, well, we'll probably be setting it in a couple months, then you can start working with them a little bit. Okay, great. So would it be helpful if perhaps we did a budgetary quote for you to give you some ideas ahead of time? Now you're becoming helpful to them in the design process. Okay, question number 4. is about competition. Make this easy. Just simply ask them, hey, is anybody else competing on this besides us? Don't use the word bid. Is anyone else bidding? No, don't do that. Use the word competing. And the key to this is how you react to their answer. If they say, yeah, we have this company and this company, and they're two of your biggest competitors, don't react. Oh, geez. And don't start to ask more questions. Okay, great. All you care about is understanding who it is. Don't let your curiosity go. Don't say, have you ever worked with them before? Nothing. Just write it down and move on to the next question. You don't want to imply that the other company has anything on you. In fact, and sort of make a point that you don't even know who they are. All right, the last question is about criteria. What you want to understand here is what's going to win the business. And it's just lay it out in a conversational tone. So before I leave, I would like to understand, what are the 1, 2, maybe 3 things that are really, really important here, that the things that are going to win this project? What do we need to do? And then just be quiet and take notes. So that's it, everybody. In summary, the 5 types of qualification questions are application questions, decision-making process, budget, competition, and what is the criteria to winning the project. The order matters because it loosens them up along the way. Remember that. Hey, I really appreciate you listening to the entire video. And again, we're really excited to be part of this partnership with SIA, and we're looking forward to doing more videos. Take care.